So it looks like this thing between Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos is actually going down. Yeah, that's right. We got a fight coming up this November between Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. Now, we don't have an official, they didn't come out officially and announce the fight yet, but it's supposed to be on that same date that Frank Martin was supposed to have during the F1, the Formula One week, on a Thursday, right? So it's looking like this fight's still going to be happening on a Thursday. But Edwin De Los Santos is still poking at the fact that the other guys in the lightweight division are some ducks. And yeah, he tags Shakur Stevenson and says this. He says, at Shakur Stevenson, since there's two cowards at Frank Martin and at Pitbull Cruz refuse to fight the best, I guess it's up to us to get it popping. And then Shakur agrees and says, facts. Then they got them out here as hunters, and that's Frank Martin and Pitbull Cruz as ducks. So they fighting each other, and while the ducks is gone, right? So yeah, this is what Edwin De Los Santos is doing, and this is what he's been doing for a little while now. It's coming up with these little funny memes of guys avoiding him, right? Guys been avoiding Edwin De Los Santos. Shakur Stevenson said, I ain't running from no smoke. And Shakur Stevenson standing on that. And I think fans need to acknowledge that too, because Edwin De Los Santos is a fighter that nobody really trying to fight. Shakur Stevenson is one of those fighters that's really in a good position, but he's not right in the position where he really needs to be just yet. And this type of fight, it could be what they want to say is a risky fight. Shakur Stevenson ain't ducking no smoke. Edwin De Los Santos, he could punch, he could box, he could fight, and he got some momentum going into this fight. But Edwin De Los Santos, man, I seen some photos, man, that had me kind of questioning, is he really in good shape to even compete with one of the, arguably probably the best defensive fighter you've ever seen in Shakur Stevenson. He don't look like he's in fighting shape right here, right? Yeah, right here, he doesn't necessarily appear to be in fighting shape, right? You don't see really his abs. Of course, he's kind of in a certain position, but he looks kind of soft, right? He don't look like he's tight and like he's really been in the gym like that. So he's a young guy. Edwin is only 23 years old. So he's a young guy. That way to come right off once he gets to camp. Hell, it probably was just on for that weekend when he was partying. And probably off already as we speaking. But however, this is very recent, and he's supposed to be fighting Shakur Stevenson in a couple of months. So he got some work to do if this is going to be a problem for him, right? I don't think it is, because he's a really young guy. But he's pretty big as well. Looking at him, you wouldn't really think he was necessarily a lightweight if you didn't know he was a lightweight, right? He looks pretty big. He looks at least like a junior welterweight, right? Maybe a welterweight. He looks pretty big, you know. But it should be a good fight, man. He was in Shakur Stevenson's house, and Shakur Stevenson actually came outside to see him. So, yeah, man. Salute to both dudes for really making this thing happen, man. Edwin only has one loss, so and Shakur Stevenson's an undefeated fighter. This is really what we've been looking for as fight fans, these type of fights, you know. Should be a really good fight, man. Might be a better fight on paper than Frank Martin. Frank Martin has more popularity than Edwin De Los Santos, of course, but I think on paper, Edwin possibly could have been a more dangerous guy. He looks like the bigger guy. He's punching. He can box. He can fight. So I'm thinking if Edwin De Los Santos possibly be a more dangerous fight than Frank Martin was. But yeah, man, they out here trolling, you know, talking trash, taunting his fellow peers for ducking smoke out here, you know. And yeah, that's what they get for ducking smoke. So now these two dudes will have memes and be trolling almost everybody else pretty much under them in the lightweight division outside of Devin Haney. Of course, Devin Haney's at junior welterweight right now, but everybody else is going to get trolled by these two dudes because they was ducking smoke. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.